As for Emma, I heard through mutual friends that she moved on quickly, dating someone new within a few months. I don't hold any bitterness toward her, but I'm glad I walked away when I did. I may have lost time and money, but I gained something far more valuable, my self-respect. And that's something I'll never settle for again. My fiancée told her friends I was her backup plan, so I called off the wedding in front of everyone. When I proposed to Emma 2 years into our relationship, I thought I had found the one. She was smart, funny, and beautiful. Everything I had ever wanted in a partner. The way her face lit up when she said yes made me feel like the luckiest man alive. But sometimes, even the brightest lights cast the darkest shadows. It wasn't until 2 weeks before our wedding that I saw Emma's true colors. And when I did, there was no turning back. The accidental confession. It was a Saturday afternoon, and Emma had invited her closest friends over for a pre-wedding brunch. I wasn't supposed to be home. I had planned to go golfing with some friends, but a sudden rainstorm canceled our plans. Wanting to surprise Emma, I stopped by her favorite bakery and headed back home. As I walked up the porch, I heard laughter and conversation coming from the living room. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but just as I reached for the door, I heard my name. "So, are you nervous about marrying Mark?" one of her friends asked. Emma let out a nervous laugh that immediately put me on edge. "Not really," she said, pausing. "I mean, Mark is great, don't get me wrong, but honestly, I never thought I'd end up with him." There was a brief silence before another friend chimed in. "What do you mean? You guys seem perfect together." Emma's voice dropped, but I could still hear her clearly. "Well, Mark was never my first choice. If things had worked out with Josh, I probably wouldn't even be here. Mark is more like my safety net." My heart stopped. My hands, holding the pastry box, started to tremble. She continued, her words cutting deep. "He's dependable, and I know he'll take care of me. He's safe, but it's not some grand love story or anything." Another friend tried to reassure her, but Emma didn't seem to care. "You do love him, right?" she asked. Emma sighed. "Yeah, I guess, in my own way. But it's not that head over heels kind of love. It's practical. He's the guy you marry when you're tired of chasing after bad boys who won't commit." I couldn't listen anymore. I opened the door and stepped inside. The room went silent as everyone's eyes turned toward me. Emma's face turned pale. "Mark, I thought you were golfing," she stammered. "Clearly not," I replied, my voice cold but steady. I came back just in time. The tension in the room was suffocating. Emma's friends quickly started to leave, mumbling excuses as they gathered their things, leaving Emma and me alone. The confrontation. As soon as the door closed behind them, Emma turned to me, tears welling up in her eyes. "Mark, you're taking this the wrong way," she said, her voice trembling. "I didn't mean it like that. Am I asked, my voice sharp. "I heard exactly what you said. Mark is more like my safety net. Those were your words." She stepped closer, reaching for my arm. "I didn't mean it that way. I was just venting. You know how stressful wedding planning has been." "Venting?" I shook her hand off. "Emma, this isn't stress talking. This is how you really feel about me." "That's not true," she insisted, her voice rising. "I love you, Mark. I wouldn't have said yes if I didn't love you." "Love me?" I snapped. "Do you even hear yourself? You don't love me. You're settling for me because I'm safe. I'm the guy you marry when your other options didn't work out. How am I supposed to marry someone who sees me like that?" Her face crumpled. "Please, Mark, don't do this. We've been planning this for months. Everyone's expecting a wedding. Think about what canceling would do to us, to our families. You can't just throw it all away over a misunderstanding." "This isn't a misunderstanding," I said firmly. "It's the truth, and I can't ignore it. The wedding is off." Her tears turned to anger in an instant. "You can't do that. Do you have any idea how much money has already been spent? What about the venue? the dress, the catering. You're just going to walk away from all of that. Yes, I said simply. I'd rather lose money than spend my life with someone who doesn't see me as their first choice. The dirty tricks begin. Emma didn't give up easily. Over the next few days, she launched a full-scale campaign to change my mind, using every manipulative tactic she could think of. 1. Guilt tripping. She started by sending me long, emotional messages about how much I was hurting her. I made one mistake, Mark. One message read, "Does that really outweigh everything we've been through together? I love you, and I can't believe you're willing to throw it all away over one stupid comment." When I didn't respond, she escalated, calling me late at night, sobbing into the phone. "I can't eat. I can't sleep. You're destroying me, Mark. How can you be so heartless?" I stayed calm but firm. "Emma, I'm sorry you're hurting, but I've made my decision. This isn't about one comment. It's about how you really feel about me, and I deserve better." 2. Recruiting allies. When guilt tripping didn't work, Emma turned to mutual friends and even my family, painting me as the bad guy. "She's heartbroken," one of my friends said over the phone. "Can't you just talk to her? Give her another chance." Even my mom called, her voice filled with concern. "Mark, I know you're upset, but isn't canceling the wedding a bit extreme? Emma's a lovely girl. She's probably just stressed." I explained everything to them, word for word. Most people understood, but a few still urged me to reconsider. I didn't budge. No amount of pressure from others would change my mind. 3. Financial demands. Emma then tried to hit me where it hurt, my wallet. She claimed that since I had called off the wedding, I should pay for all the non-refundable expenses. "You owe me for the venue, the catering, and my dress," she said coldly during one of our final conversations. "You can't just walk away from this without paying your share." I refused. "Emma, the wedding was canceled because of what you said, not because of me. I'm not paying for your choices." When she threatened to involve lawyers, I consulted one of my own. He assured me her claims wouldn't hold up in court, and I let her know I was prepared to fight back. That shut her down quickly. 4. The public meltdown. The final act of desperation came a week later when Emma showed up uninvited at a gathering I was attending with friends. She stormed in, her face red with anger, and started yelling at me in front of everyone. "You're a coward, Mark," she shouted. "You're running away because you can't handle a real relationship. You're pathetic." Everyone stared in stunned silence as I calmly stood up. "Emma, this isn't the time or place. Please leave." When she refused, I called security to have her escorted out. That was the last straw. I blocked her number and social media accounts and informed her that if she contacted me again, I would file for a restraining order. The aftermath. Canceling the wedding was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made, but it was the right one. Emma's entitled behavior and manipulative tactics only reinforced that she wasn't the person I thought she was. For a long time, I felt angry, hurt, and betrayed. But as the weeks turned into months, I began to heal. I learned a lot from this experience, about myself, about love, and about what I truly deserve in a relationship. Love isn't about settling or being someone's backup plan. It's about mutual respect, trust, and seeing each other as equals. As for Emma, I heard through mutual friends that she moved on quickly, dating someone new within a few months. I don't hold any bitterness toward her, but I'm glad I walked away when I did. I may have lost time and money, but I gained something far more valuable, my self-respect. And that's something I'll never settle for again.